one big pack.
Well, it definitely is a balance here to be able to get the car where it will handle but have the speed that it takes to be able to push, to be able to lead the race and keep up with some of the cars that may have that advantage from a speed standpoint. So today, as a driver, I always wanted that car to handle good, but sometimes, Clint, that might be too slow.
Well, that's exactly what you're trying to balance, but I'm telling you, we've seen it time and time again with these guys trim these things out. Here we go, look at that. Oh, I think that's you,
That's me.
But look at here. Then you got Bubba Wallace getting loose all by themselves, no help at all. That tells you how turbulent, how dirty that air is back there. Took the downforce off them cars. Christopher Bell again goes around. Here, Kyle Busch, huge impact right there. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Big hit. He does too.
And that's one thing you have to be careful of when you get that car up to the right, like it puts air on that right front fender, and then it makes that thing plant and it'll spin out because these cars are so on edge. All those small decisions, man.
Running pit road.
Now, pit road here, very different from Daytona. First off, it's very long because pit road begins at the entrance of turn number 3. You run 90 miles an hour around in the front straightaway, 90-mile-an-hour speed limit under green, and then you come down into the shortest pit box in the series. And it's a narrow pit road as well compared to Daytona.
Everything about this pit road is tough. And when you look at all the guys that are in the back of this field, and we'll show you, this is probably the one and only green flag pit stop that we've had here, but it is a massive braking zone. Cars are very edgy, getting in and out of the boxes, and guys running into each other. But that's where the starting position being rained out right here will make a difference, because the guys that start up front have got openings and places to be able to get out of their pit boxes. So it's dangerous on pit road.
Michael Jordan on hand. Maybe still celebrating that Daytona 500 win last year. Would be. How about that?
I absolutely would be. You don't ever get over that one. It comes with a title that they announce before your name.
How windy is it? Okay, that is a flag more than straight out. That's about 33 to 35 miles an hour right there.
Here's the thing that I think is going to be an issue, though. Watch that wind as it starts bouncing back and forth. It's not only variable as far as, 10 to 30 or whatever it is, it's also varying from degree to degree. So as they hit that on a cross, wind or even a tailwind, it throws these cars for a loop.
Yeah, and that tailwind as we go into turn 3 today, and then you naturally get tight going into that corner. But with that speed going down the back straightaway and that car being able to still turn, that's going to be tricky. And as we were on the pre-race show today, a lot of the drivers were talking about their worry about the entrance into turn 3 and those gusts of the unknown gusts coming and hitting your car and making it do something weird.
Well, there's a look at what could be Calamity Corner today from our aerial coverage, brought to you by Goodyear. Tried, tested, proven legendary. Here's William Byron's radio starting back in 13th.
All right, so great place for us. Everything else going to tail on pit road, all the jobs we got to do. So let's attack, have fun, and let's go get a good finish on this thing. Be a shot to win at the end. Yes, sir. Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a good day.
I'm ready.
Today's race is 400 miles. Stages of 60, 100, and 100 laps. They can go 70 to 74 laps.
Yeah!
It's a preferred line. It's that middle to the outside. I want to be in
Yeah!
shot to the bottom. Look for these guys to start migrating into their
Cars in.
A lot tighter arc going around the bottom of the racetrack.
38 cars in front of a hardy Georgia crowd.
Green flag is out.
As they cut the green.
And let's go racing that.
EchoPark Speedway!
Oh, yeah.
Trust right here. I hope this thing sticks.
Yeah, and you heard Tyler Reddick say that. I mean, they just have an extreme confidence and comfort in these cars to know that they can drive down in there in the corner. And if it doesn't stick, it's gonna catch them off guard, because they are comfortable enough to be able to have that ability to do that every time that a situation like this comes up.
Logano leads lap 1, still 2x2 through the top 20. There was a bit of 3 wide in the back. Now it starts to cycle out.
And there you see Reddick moving up to the outside. I expected that. You're going to see all of them trying to get up there.
And we've seen that throughout the weekend. You've seen the group migrate from that middle to top lane just because hard to make speed on the bottom of the racetrack. It's hard to get the cars lined up because not very many of the cars handle well. Condition here is usually tight on the entry to the corner to be able to get the car to turn, as you see the flames out of that 97 car of Shane Van Gisbergen right there.
A lot of movement from the back. Alex Bowman up 7 spots. Van Gisbergen and Byron 3 apiece. Remember, drivers that had trouble at Daytona had to start very deep in this field.
And as these cars in the back try to get towards these front cars, you see Tyler Reddick take that run, and you're going to see that all day right here. When you get a run, you take them here in Daytona. Sometimes you just hit the guy in front of you, but the runs are a little bit faster, and if you can make that run clear them, you want that clean air as much as you can get. But to finish my thought on those guys in the back that are trying to make their way to the front, you want to get there as fast as you can, because if something breaks loose early in this race, you're just in that danger zone of getting caught up in it.
When you saw Hocevar on the bottom right there, he was one of the cars that started in the back that we're talking about. Already making some hay. He's up, well, it's changing by the lap, but he was up 7 or 8 spots already.
Well, that's your pick to win this race, Clinton. I think when you watched him in that truck race yesterday, you saw the discipline for him to help his teammate Kyle Busch win that race yesterday, but he put on a show, and I think for those 7 guys that have run in the other 2 divisions so far, I think they have a little bit of a comfort level. We heard Kyle Busch talk about not really taking anything from the truck race, but he was still on the racetrack, and from my standpoint as a driver, I always thought that helped. And for Kyle Busch, it definitely helps because his stats go way up. He's won 18 races when he's been in something on Saturday.
I'll tell you another guy out there really hungry is that 6 car right there. Keep an eye on him. It'd be a big win for old Brad. Here he comes. These Fords have been fast here. They've led a lot of laps, except the one that counts.
Keselowski started 5th, challenging 3rd. Here's Blaney, who has picked up 6 spots since the start.
Yeah, as we look on this Ford Racing camera right here, you're going to hear Ryan Blaney as he goes into this corner lift. And you hear him lift. That entry is really flat right there. There's a bump in the wrong spot, but the hardest thing to do right there is get the front end to turn. And that's been a big problem from a lot of these Fords when they get buried in the pack, is to be able to get those front tires to grip enough to be able to make the corner. So, you know, it's definitely balanced, and that's going to be everybody in the field except for the leader and maybe the 2nd place car. You've got to have that spacing correct to get the air on the front of the car to